This is a really good question, as are many of the other questions that you all are asking me in terms of what we can expect tomorrow when ICE is deployed to airports across the country. This is a developing story. There are some things that we know now and many things we do not. So, my goal here is not to instill panic or worry in you unnecessarily. I'm just going to share what we can confirm. So, I have a few notes here. According to NPR, Border Czar Tom Homan, who is in charge of the deployment, said he expects ICE agents to relieve TSA agents of guard duty at some terminal entries and exits, but does not expect ICE to operate x ray machines or do any sort of security scans because they are not trained to do that. And he continues to describe the plan as a quote, work in progress. Based on what he said, now this is not a guarantee, based on what he said, it sounds like they are going to be in charge of security in terms of, maybe checking to see if you have a boarding pass before you go through security, being at the entrance or exit of airports. So I would guess that they will be in masks, they will be operating in the way that they do on the street. This is highly concerning for me when we look at airports as a huge target of terrorist threats and actions in our history, because anyone can just show up to the airport then wearing a mask, wearing camo. You can buy ICE vests off of Amazon and you can walk around with a gun. So that for me is a huge problem. The second thing I want to note is that we are learning that Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is also entering the chat, if you will. He has a different take on what ICE agents should or shouldn't be allowed to do. He suggests that ICE agents could run X-ray machines since both ICE and TSA fall under DHS. But from what I know in seeing a couple of TSA agents in my comments, it's very clear that there is a lengthy training process as well as certification tests. So I don't know really how that works. What I want to point out here is that Homan and Duffy, who are essentially on the same team, they work for Donald Trump. They are part of the inner circle, if you will, and those two are not seeing eye to eye. So I'm going to stand by what I said earlier, which is this plan is that there is no plan. This is yet another bandage on a gaping wound that the Trump administration is going to try out, and it is going to go to the wayside very, very quickly. And we will see what comes of it. I don't want to lay out a bunch of predictions. My main concern is that people are safe and to, tell you that you should be vigilant. But I, at least, am not going to let these people intimidate me, and I'm not going to live in fear because they exist. Let's see what happens. And I encourage you to look out for each other. Just be a friend and be kind, and stick together.